goddamn Africa. You people are just about as stupid as you could damn well be. Especially you black people, man. You about as stupid as a box of rocks. You so-called Negroes here in America. You about as stupid as a box of rocks, man. And you damn Africans, you ain't no damn smarter. What you got?
And the veil that spread over all nations.
The veil that spread over all nations. Like I said, it's in the Josephus where it tells you how them damn Edomites changed the names of the nations. So now these nations are running around calling themselves everything under the sun except who they are. And then these devils did what? They mingled themselves among the nations. So that way they can get away from the identity that they're Edomites. Because the word Edom comes from the Hebrew word Adawam, which means red. And they just as red as a tomato. That's why in the summertime they got to put on a sunblock 2000 to stop their ass from looking like a damn peeling lobster. There's a reason why they call them rednecks down south. If your neck is red, the rest of your body is the same color. My neck ain't red, my neck is dark brown. And the rest of my body is dark brown. Your neck ain't gonna be red and then the rest of your body another color. Your face ain't gonna be red or pink, which is what? A derivative of red. That's where you devils come back from. You devils are Edomites. You ain't no damn white people. You ain't European. You're not French. You're not Spanish. You're not British. You're not Dutch. You're not Belgium. You're Edomites. That's what you are. You're running from your identity of who you are. Then you devils stole our identity and called yourselves Israelites. And then you lumped us in with the goddamn Hamites. Them funky ass Africans. We never had no such custom like that. Taking an animal shit and putting it all over your body, using it as a goddamn insect repellent. Or bathing in goddamn cow urine. Yeah, show this shit, man. Yo, what the fuck is wrong with you black people here in America? You think this shit is your goddamn heritage? Huh? Look, what kind of fucking heathenistic nasty shit is this? Look at this shit. Is this is sexy to you? You got demons on you if you look at this and your rod your dick get hard. You look at this and your dick get hard. There's something wrong with you, man. It's so you a nasty motherfucker. You beyond a nasty motherfucker, all right? Look at this shit. We never had no such custom as that, man. That's not our history, man. Look at these nasty motherfuckers, man. And you dumbass niggas, you accept this shit. Do you see this shit? And another one right here, they're tapping the vein in the artery of the cow so they can drink the cow's blood. Then they take the cow's blood and heat it up and cook it up and drink the shit. The scriptures tell you that we're not supposed to be drinking the blood. In hell, in the time of Noah, the Lord gave the commandment to drain the blood. You ain't supposed to drink no damn blood. During the Passover, it tells you eat it not raw nor sodden with blood. The Passover lamb. We ain't supposed to be drinking no damn blood. Or eating no food that's raw that still look bloody. It gotta be cooked, man. Yeah.
This is Exodus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue. Against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Read it again.
Right. Exodus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue. Against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
One more time. Oh yeah, read it again, because
Exodus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue.
Right. The scripture says, against any of the children of Israel, right, which is us, shall not a dog move his tongue. Read on.
Against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Right. The Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. First of all, the Egyptians were dark, and we're a dark nation. That's number one. There's no way in hell that Moses can pass for Pharaoh's grandson if he looked like goddamn Charlton Heston and the Egyptians are black as hell like Manute Bol. By the way, Manute Bol, he's an Egyptian. He's a descendant of the ancient Egyptians. That's what they look like, Manute Bol. That's a real Egyptian right there. Or the movie, a lot of you Negroes in the United States like to identify with the Zulus. You fucking stupid ass niggas. The Zulus was whooping your motherfucking ass. The Zulus had you in slavery. The Zulus are another branch of the Egyptians. Like I said before, that's why you got to go and research history. The Sudanese, the Watusi, and the Zulus, those are the ancient Egyptians. So you talking about some fucking Shaka Zulu, or I call him what his name, he should be Shaka Doodoo. Shaka Doodoo. First of all, he's a damn Hamite. He ain't one of us. That shows the stupidity of you Israelites. Who got a Bible dictionary? Somebody get the Bible dictionary and look up Ham. Go ahead, read that again.
Right. Exodus 11:7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue.
Right, the Lord said against the children of Israel, a dog shall not move his tongue. Go ahead.
Against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Right, the Lord put a difference between the Egyptians and the Israelites. And what is the difference? First of all, they're Hamites and we're Shemites. We two total different lines. Yeah, these three sons right here, and all the people out of these three sons all go back to Adam's lineage, but so what? Out of Adam's lineage, the Most High had a chosen. Even during the time of Adam, there was a chosen line or a chosen family. Because there was other people there in the time of Adam. It wasn't just Adam and Eve. It wasn't just that one man and that one woman. Showed you the stupidity of people once again. Somebody get before we get that, get Genesis for me. Get Genesis.
Genesis 5:1. This is the book of the generations of Adam.
Right, it's the generations, meaning the genealogy of Adam. Because the word Adam in the Hebrew is from the Hebrew word Adama, which means ground. Now these so-called Jews, these devils will have you believe that the word Adam means red, which is bullshit. Because the word Adama means ground, but the word Adawam means red. So what is it? It's a play on words. And if you don't know nothing about the Hebrew, you'll believe these funky ass devils. These damn so-called Jews. Because they're running a word game on you. Because the word Adawam and the word Adama sound the same. But they're two totally different words. One means red and the other one means ground. When you look at the ground, what do you see? Different shades of brown. The ground where you plant your crops in is like me, or even darker than me. Where you the sand at the beach is brown. It's like maybe a little bit lighter than this brother, or maybe this brother's complexion. Even the sand at the beach is brown. Go ahead.
In the day that the Most High created man, that the powers created man, in the likeness of the powers made he him. Male and female created he them.
Created he them, male and female. More than one man and more than one woman. Read on.
And blessed them, and called their name Adam.
Right. Male and female created he them, and blessed them and called their name Adam. So in the very beginning, everybody was known as Adam because everybody was from the ground. Everybody was dark and everyone was from the ground. So the so-called white man in the very beginning, even they were dark. Because all the nations that are here today were here in the beginning. But they weren't under the name Edom, Moab, Israel, Assyrians, Aram, Ishmael, Mizraim, Cush, Put, Canaan, Gog, Magog, Ashkenaz, Meshech, Tarshish, Kittim. They weren't under those names back then. Back then, everybody was called Adam, which means ground. And back then, everybody spoke Hebrew. It wasn't until Genesis 11 in the Tower of Babel, when the Tower of Babel was built through Nimrod. And what was Nimrod? Nimrod was one of these. A Cushite. Because the Ethiopians, their real name, according to the Bible, is Cush, not Ethiopia. When the Greeks came in, they called them Ethiops, which means burnt face. And that's how the name Ethiopian came about. When the Greeks encountered the Cushites, they called them Ethiops, or Ethiopian. That's where the name Ethiopian came from. They also called Mizraim Egyptians, because the word Egypt is from a Greek word Egyptus. That's a Greek word. Their name is Mizraim, not Egypt. So the Greeks changed their name and called them Egyptus. So that's how that came about. So in the beginning, all the nations were there, and even the chosen, we were there in the beginning too. But everybody was called Adam there in the beginning. But then shortly after that, the Most High did what? Somebody get Deuteronomy 32:8. And then shortly after that, the Most High did what? In the time of Genesis, the 11th chapter, the Lord divided the nations. Read that, and then we're going to read Deuteronomy.
Genesis 11:9. Therefore is the name of it called Babel.
So start at 1. Read
right.
down, read into it.
Genesis 11:1. And the whole earth was of one language and of one speech.
Right, and that one language or one speech back then, it wasn't called Hebrew, because on down the line, when you read in the lineage, there was a man named Eber, and he came out the line, I believe, of Peleg, and Faxad, and Eber. The name Eber in the Hebrew is pronounced Ibar. The word Eber means past. So the word Hebrew is Ha-Ibar, which means the past. Or in English you say Hebrew. The term Hebrew means the past. What was it that was from the past? The language that everybody spoke, that one speech was the language of the past. That was known as Hebrew. Back then it was known as Lashawan Kodash, the holy tongue. But in the time of Eber, since Eber's line was the line that kept the language from the past, therefore he was called Eber, Ibar, which means past. Hebrew, Ha-Ibar. Read that again.
Right. Genesis 11:1. And the whole earth was one language and of one speech.
Right, it was of one language and of one speech. That language and speech goes back to Genesis the 2nd chapter, when Adam named all the animals. The principal man, Adam. Because there was a man named Adama, which means ground. But all the people that were there were also known as Adama, because everybody was from the ground. But there was one man named Adama, and he was the one that named everybody. He named everything, named all the animals, everything. And that tongue that they spoke was the same tongue that he spoke back then. But then everything was divided in this time, in the time of the Tower of Babel. Read on.
And the whole earth was one language and one speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed from the east, that they found a plain in the land of Shinar. And they dwelt there. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick. And burned them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower.
Right, and the whole purpose was to build a tower that would reach unto the clouds, so if the Heavenly Father got mad and flooded the earth again, they could run up to the highest point of the tower and escape the flood and not be drowned, like the people that drowned in the time of Noah. That was the whole purpose, but the Lord had something else for him. Go ahead.
Whose top may reach unto heaven.
Whose top may reach unto heaven. That's why you got here in New York, you got them damn skyscrapers. Because that goes back to what? Ancient Babylon. The skyscraper. Because really, you're not supposed to build a structure over 3 stories high. And then on the roof, there has to be like a fence around so nobody can fall off the roof. So what they do, all these structures, this whole society is totally against everything that the Bible speaks about. That's why the Lord is going to incinerate this place. That's why the nations are being gathered right now to come against this place. Because you know what? The nations are sick and tired of America's bullshit. What?
And let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth.
Right, they said, and let us make a name, unless we be scattered abroad upon the face of the earth. So everybody was what? Trying to come together as one. Now let's see what the Lord did to that. Because people are doing the same damn shit right now. When you really check it out, people are doing the same shit that people was doing this happened like 5,000 years ago, which was during the time of Adam. Because the earth ain't no 60 trillion years old. That's bullshit. No 60 trillion years old. That is straight bullshit. That carbon dating is pure goddamn bullshit. Because recorded history goes back 5,000 years. 5,000 years goes back to the time of Adam. In Genesis. So the earth itself right now is a little over 12,000 years old.